Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. We got Dividend Talks on YouTube posting this now with regards to the financial system and some warnings from some major analysts. Stan Druckenmiller just sent a warning that makes 2008 look like a joke. He said, "We are spending like drunken sailors. The debt explosion is unlike anything I've ever seen." This isn't just fear-mongering. Here's what he's saying and why it should terrify every investor. A $34 trillion problem. The U.S. debt just crossed $34 trillion. That's up $11 trillion in 4 years, the fastest pace in history. Druckenmiller compared it to a physical doomsday machine because interest costs alone are now $1 trillion per year. That's more than the entire U.S. defense budget. 74 million reasons to panic. 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every single day. Medicare and Social Security are on a collision course with insolvency, yet Washington is doing nothing. So Druckenmiller is saying, we're going to have a generational betrayal if this continues. Interest rates have broken the system in 2021. U.S. debt just cost 1.6% to service. Today, it's over 5% and climbing. That means we're refinancing trillions at higher rates, even as tax receipts shrink. It's a vicious cycle. And so the market is starting to crack. Foreign governments are pulling back. Japan, China, and others used to be net buyers of U.S. debt. Now they are sellers. So that's also not great. Who steps in when the U.S. government needs to sell $2 trillion in bonds? You, your retirement fund, at worst terms. You have to go to the people if you don't have any other option, unfortunately. But he's betting big on one thing. Despite the doom, Druckenmiller isn't in cash. He's buying AI and tech, calling it the biggest innovation wave since the internet. In his words, "If I'm wrong, I lose 15%, but if I'm right, I make 10x. His top holdings, a surprising bet on a small cap AI company. What you can learn from this, Druckenmiller's track record is nearly flawless. He predicted the 2000 dot-com bust, 2008 crash, and 2022 inflation wave, and now he's betting on debt destruction plus tech disruption. Adapt or fall behind. The decline is slow until it's sudden. The U.S. economy isn't crashing today, but the debt, demographics, and interest costs are unsustainable. By the time headlines scream crisis, the smart money will already have moved. Don't be the last one holding the bag. Essentially be prepared and, secure your wealth, guys. This is why, I think this is partially why they're transforming the financial system. Of course, we've seen, a lot of brand new technology, brand new money moving mechanisms kind of enter the space. And this is not by accident as well. It all started during the beer flu period in and around 2020. This is, a great opportunity to transform the system. Cashless money transfers were becoming more and more popular. And we have guys like Elon Musk innovating and thinking outside the box when it comes to how social media apps are going to work. So X Money has now begun its limited beta testing. If you guys haven't seen videos I've done on Elon Musk and the potential for using XRP, XLM within X Money, I'll link one of those videos up here in the top right-hand corner. Well, now Elon Musk has begun limited testing for X Money, his long-anticipated payments and banking platform. This marks a key step towards transforming X into a multifunctional app. The move brings a quiet but meaningful shift in the platform's direction as it prepares for a wider launch in 2025. Musk confirmed the beta testing in a response to a May 25th post by Tesla owners of Silicon Valley, a fan account by X. And he said this will be a very limited access beta test at first. When people's savings are involved, extreme care must be taken. So the comment also highlighted the cautious approach behind the rollout. Plans to integrate payments into the platform date back to October of 2022, when Musk described his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter as an accelerant for building X, the everything app. So he essentially wants to make the Twitter X platform used for everything in your daily life. Some other clues that we received over the years: another milestone for the Everything app. Visa is our first partner for the X Money account, which will debut later this year. It allows for secure plus instant funding to your X wallet via Visa Direct, connects to your debit card, allowing P2P payments, amongst other things. X Money's progress has also attracted political scrutiny after being appointed to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, or the DOGE Department Workforce Optimization Initiative earlier this year. Musk's influence within the federal government grew rapidly, and so I'm sure there have been some people probably questioning Elon Musk's intentions there. Although I do think the X app has already been in the works for a very long time. But money movement, this is a priority, I think, for the world. XRP has been central to that since the beginning. And today, Ripple submitted an additional letter to the SEC Crypto Task Force addressing a key question from Commissioner Peirce. This courtesy of Stuart Alderati. This is a new paradigm speech. When does a digital asset assets separate from an investment contract. We appreciate the continued engagement with the task force. In short, it would be inappropriate to impose new securities laws, obligations such as registration or disclosure on tokens and networks that have operated and traded in broad liquid markets openly, transparently, and permissionlessly for a significant time. These assets have been integrated into the financial system, are broadly held, and no longer pose the risks that animate the SEC's concerns. So that is essentially, to sum it up, courtesy of Cowboy Crypto here. So even at this level, even though Ripple and XRP are set and ready to go, we are still waiting for, I guess, some key answers from Commissioner Peirce's new paradigm. But Stuart Alderati wanted to comment here. Appreciate the continued engagement with the crypto task force that is really kind of going full steam ahead, to help crypto adoption occur in the United States. So great news there. The Crypto Basic also posting this with regards to Ripple CTO David Schwartz. Somebody was wondering, here it was, John Purentong. Honest question, if XRP is decentralized, then why is Garlinghouse the face of it and why is Ripple the issuer? I don't see the same arrangement with BTC. Oh boy, this is just Ripple and XRP 101. Garlinghouse is the CEO of Ripple, a company, not the face of XRP. David Schwartz did, give his full response here. So he's the CEO of Ripple, not a company. XRP is no issuer. All the XRP that will ever exist was created when the ledger was created. Unlike most other blockchains, XRPL has no rivalrous features, so the ledger in and of itself can't really do the initial distribution beyond letting anyone who wants to take as much XRP as they want. As for thinking about whether the XRPL is decentralized, I would suggest thinking for a few minutes about why you care whether the ledger is decentralized. Ask yourself what you want to be assured will happen and what you want to be assured won't happen. Then think about what it would take for the things you don't want to happen to nevertheless happen, or the things you do want to happen to nevertheless not happen. David, the way you word things sometimes, it's just spell it out in plain English. That will allow you to think usefully about how decentralized something is without getting bogged down in definitions. So David Schwartz coming out, I feel like once and for all, but probably not once and for all. We're always going to get these Bitcoin maxis kind of chomping at the bit to discredit Ripple and XRP. Of course, we know it has gotten so much bigger now. Even Bill Morgan saying, I think it's his best ever post I read. Much that is truly relevant packed into it. Key questions about decentralization at the end. You are allowed to buy as much XRP as you can, but there is a finite supply. So, and some people here even commenting, it's actually a decreasing supply. This coming from XRP Army News here. David does certainly post things in a way that really does allow us to open up our mind to really get thinking about how we should think about not just cryptocurrency, not just any specific crypto, but the crypto market in general and useful cryptocurrencies, for example, like XRP to transfer value. I think that is going to have I think that's going to facilitate some of these types of payments, considering Ron DeSantis just signed a bill making gold and silver legal tender in Florida. This courtesy of George B. Hizzy tweets. Listen to this.
So the bill I'm going to sign today is legislation that is going to allow Florida to recognize gold and silver as legal tender in our state. And we have the ability to do that under the federal Constitution. There are only 2 states that have done it thus far. They're smaller states. We are the first large state to step up and to get this done. And this is right out of the Constitution of the United States. So this legislation will authorize money services business like check cashers or PayPal to transmit and accept payment in gold and silver. That means these precious metals can start functioning like real currency again, not just investment vehicles for the wealthy. And you notice what's happened in recent weeks and months. How has gold gone down or has gold gone up? Gold's gone up big time because investors are looking at this and they're hedging against, they see the bond yields have gone up. I think they moderate a little today, but when people start seeing that, gold is a place they're going to. So it's not just an investment, it'll be something that you're going to be able to use, and it's something that is very likely to hold its value.
This is a big deal, and you can't just take a gold coin. I mean, considering an ounce of gold is worth what right now? What's the gold price in the United States at the moment? 1 gold ounce going for roughly $3,200, almost $3,300 per ounce. So, if you take a gold coin, a 1 ounce coin, and take it somewhere and you only want to spend $20 or $100 or whatever it is, you can't do this currently. So, as Governor DeSantis is saying, he's signing a bill making gold and silver legal tender. But guys, it's going to have to be tokenized on something, and the XRP ledger is perfect for that. I think, a lot of people are going to question this, thinking he's crazy, because you can't just take gold and start using it to buy things. You can't just go to the dollar store with your gold coin and say, give me change, or however people are, I guess, imagining it. And so, this concept of tokenization, you really have to understand that in order to really grasp what Ron DeSantis is explaining here to its full degree. Anyway, wanted to thank George for posting that. It's partnerships like this, guys, too, that are helping to grow the XRP ecosystem. BVNK partners with WorldPay for stablecoin payouts, processes $2.3 trillion in payouts annually. This just came out the other day. Check this out. Today's stablecoin infrastructure startup BVNK announced a collaboration with WorldPay to enable its clients to make payouts using stablecoins. WorldPay provides card acceptance services to more than 1 million merchants worldwide and processes $2.3 trillion in payments annually. As part of its offering, WorldPay provides a payout service enabling merchants to use the money they receive to pay out staff, contractors, or other third parties. While these payouts usually involve bank payments, soon there will be an option to use stablecoin payments. So, going back to the video I did this morning, if you guys didn't catch it, I'll link it up here. They're realizing stablecoin payments are going to be the future. Elon Musk, I'm sure, does believe the same when thinking about adopting payments into the Twitter X platform. And WorldPay, guys, is a Ripple partner. This is not the first time WorldPay has used stablecoins. In 2022, the company started supporting merchant receiving settlement using the USDC stablecoin. Visa, which is also enabled through Earthport, has supported settlement similarly for several years. That's a tongue twister. Additionally, WorldPay has also been active in blockchain infrastructure, operating nodes on more than one semi-permissionless blockchain. Here's a quote: "With a history of delivering innovative payout solutions, we are excited to meet the rising interest from clients seeking faster, more efficient global payment methods." And so another partnership here with another company, BVNK. Now, just to reiterate, I do want to make a point here. With regards to the company World Bank, first of all, here is BVNK on stage with Jack McDonald, the CEO of Standard Custody. But I also wanted to make note of this. Show Me Your Seed tweeted this out. Remember, guys, WorldPay on the stage with Ripple. They have had a very close connection for a very long time. JP Morgan Chase Bank is also connected to a WorldPay patent, as he posts here. And check this out, guys. Blockchain for settlement. They actually mention Ripple in one of their patents here. So very interesting connection, to say the least. So wanted to thank Show Me Your Seed and, of course, Chad Steingraber just for posting that. I'm on the fence as to how high XRP is still going to go. It really is going to depend on if we're going to be in a spec market or in a full-blown real-world utility situation by the end of 2025 and entering 2026. And again, for more information on where I think this market's going to go in real time as I give my updates, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. We all remember Oliver Michel. Well, he did just do another analysis of XRP. Unfortunately, this is in German, so I guess we can watch the clip and we can just kind of assume. I mean, it's good because he does kind of draw what he is seeing here on the chart. Of course, this is the XRP chart on the right. So I'm going to play this clip and I'm going to do my best to kind of analyze what he's talking about here. So again, the XRP chart here, if you guys are looking at the screen, and again, this is in German. So he's looking at this this triangular pattern, this ascending triangular, and how we did see initially this big move to the upside. Now, right here, XRP, of course, moving in that sideways pattern. Okay, so moving in that sideways pattern. What he is assuming, though, is we are going to continue with a continuation pattern upward, similar to what we saw in this triangular pattern here. And so, this is, I think, what a lot of analysts are looking at. They're looking at this triangular pattern here. Let me bring up the XRP chart here and just to show you guys what we've been analyzing for a very long time. The big move to the upside, that's going to be a major spike of liquidity. That's going to be something like another Bitcoin euphoric explosion. The trading sideways before another move to the upside, similar to what we saw for XRP back in 2017, bringing it to new all-time highs in 2018 and early 2018. And so, I just kind of wanted to take a look at this from just from a TA perspective in terms of, where we saw XRP go before it started moving up. Now, guys, XRP, if we were to put a Fibonacci just on this tiny 6-month move here from back in 2017, we can see here, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. We can see that XRP, it went up, it went down, finally basing in and around the 0.382. If you can see that there. And by the time it hit the 0.382, XRP did go up roughly 1,300%. Okay, so that's what we saw in 2018, bringing it up to $3.37, depending on which exchange you're looking at. Basically, all-time high in early 2018. Now, if we were to take that same fib, guys, and I want to take the same fib here, just kind of giving you a sense of where we are today, and look at the 0.382. Really, we're actually sitting on that off by maybe, a cent or two here. The 0.382 would bring us to 229, and currently we're trading at 230. So we're very, very close to the 0.382. And if we are to go up another 1,300% from here, I mean, where could that bring us if we are just to look strictly at the time frame and at the percentage gains? Guys, 400%, another 300% would bring us up to the fib. But guys, if we were to see 1,300%, okay, roughly 13, let's just bring it down to 13 right there. That would mean we would see an XRP getting over $30 per coin, guys, 32.28. So definitely taking a look at some of these similarities from back in 2017 and into 2025. I mean, it does look interesting right now, XRP bouncing off that 0.382. Is it ready to roll? Are we going to see this occur over the next several weeks? Again, this took a few weeks, about 4 weeks from XRP to get from about 22 cents all the way to all-time high up over 1,300%. Will we see the same thing in 2025 over a month? And guys, is it set up to happen at this point in time? XRP also trading at the 0.382. I'm keeping an eye on this market and really kind of treating price movements in the moment. So follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in, picking my brain to see where I think this market's going to go next. I also have the Working Money Channel merch store available, guys. Tons of merch here. Link is in the description of the video. If you're thinking, maybe you want to support the channel in a different way, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.